Aleem,
Yes, sir.
you have made a GameCube collector very happy today.
Happy to help. Yes,
Dude,
sir.
you wouldn't believe what I went through to get this game, the journey that I went through to get this one single game.
McKays is celebrating 50 years in business today.
Travelers have been stopping at locations in Winston, Mebane, Chattanooga, Knoxville, and Nashville today.
Spoke with officials with McKays, and they tell me that nearly 10,000 people came out.
All kinds of nerdy people, man, and they're here for the event of the century.
With 23 people treated for the heat at the Knoxville McKays.
I don't know what they're gonna do to top this. Maybe you're gonna have to skydive into the building or something. Look at that crowd.
Get it! North Carolina getting Tennessee, McKays, baby!
23 people were treated for various heat emergencies.
.30, we are on our way to McKays in Nashville because we are going to be starting in McKays in Nashville for this challenge and going from McKays to Chattanooga, Chattanooga to Knoxville, Knoxville to Winston-Salem, and Winston-Salem to Mebane, North Carolina. I know that's not how it's pronounced, but I'm going to pronounce it like that anyways because it's funny. Here's the problem. We're already looking at a little traffic that's got us like a 30-minute delay for now. My goal for this challenge, if we manage to complete it and get the $800 in store credit, my goal is to use that $800 in store credit and turn it into one of the top 5 most expensive GameCube games. I'm eyeballing Gotcha Force, Cubivore, or Go-Go Hypergrind. Plan A is if one of the 5 McKays locations has a Gotcha Force, a Cubivore, or a Go-Go Hypergrind complete in box, I'll just use the $800 store credit to get it. My plan B is to use that $800 store credit to get $800 worth of rare, highly sought after games. Take that trade bait and see if I can find a vendor that has Go-Go Hypergrind, Gotcha Force, or Cubivore and trade those games for a copy. That's plan B. Plan C is to still get $800 worth of banger rare games, but resell them, turn that into cash, and then use that cash to buy a Cubivore, a Go-Go Hypergrind, or a Gotcha Force. Okay, so the plan was to get to the Nashville McKays at 8 a.m. when they start handing out passports. Solid red on Google Maps. As you can see, it's going to add another 14 minutes to the trip, and as you can see, it is just stop and go traffic jam. So something interesting just happened. Adam, the Retro Beard, is also doing the challenge with his family. They're starting in North Carolina and coming to Nashville because Adam lives in Nashville. And he told us something that I was worried about that would actually be the case. He said at that location in North Carolina, which is the Mebane location, he said that there's like 600 people, which, I mean, that was probably an estimate, right? I'm sure there weren't 600 people, but he said they had to park a mile away and try to walk to the McKays. We're here at the first McKays, 36 minutes late right now, which is not terrible. There are tons of cars lined up on this side of the road and that side of the road just to get in. Now, it seems that there are almost as many cars leaving as there are going in, so that's encouraging. The top parking lot appears to be completely full. There's like an overflow parking lot down here. So I think we're just there's people parking like way far away and just walking. And I gotta pee really bad, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta do things that are uncomfortable to get those GameCube games. All right, so we're here at the McKays in Nashville. We are officially in line, and it is a long line. Let me show you. But the line seems to be moving pretty quickly, right, Chris?
That's right.
Alright, so all you gotta do is sign this at some point before y'all get to the next store.
Perfect. We've got the passport, so we're gonna get in the car and head to Chattanooga, Tennessee. Here's where we stand. Right now, I am estimating that we will make it to the Chattanooga McKays by 1 p.m. We're looking good on completing the challenge at all 5 stores. It's really just going to depend on how many stops we end up having to make, which we're going to try to keep them to a minimum, how long it takes at each McKays, and if we hit any traffic jams. All right, folks, we have arrived at the McKays in Chattanooga, and as you can see, pretty long little line of cars here. It seems to be moving relatively quick, though. Let's go get that second stamp. All right, we're in line. So we got the cool little passport book. We didn't get that at the Nashville McKays because they ran out, but we got the cool little passport book. We got a stamp for Chattanooga, and they ran out of t-shirts. That was the prize for the second location. You get a t-shirt, but instead they gave a $10 credit. So that's just a little bit more credit to add to the 800 that we're ultimately going to get. That's not even the McKays parking lot. How the f do we continue in this line? Wow. Okay, so we are at the Knoxville McKays, but here's the thing. This one's going to be a challenge. We're about a little over half a mile from the actual store. And as you can see, it is an extremely long line of vehicles. It goes on and on and on and on and on. So we're probably going to be waiting a minute for this one. I am not about to park a half a mile away and walk in this heat. It's 97 degrees outside right now. When I am not about to park a half a mile away and walk in this heat. It's 97 degrees outside right now. Okay, so we're parked at a grocery store half a mile from the McKays. We're about to have to walk, not about to park a half a mile away and walk in this heat and wait in a line that is insanely long. Insanely long. And it is 97 degrees outside and there is no shade. This line is like 3 miles long. It took us 10 minutes just to find the beginning of it. We're screwed. All right, we've been in line for about an hour and 15 minutes. I'm literally covered in sweat from head to toe. There is a fire truck over here as well as 2 ambulances and an EMS, but I think that we are about halfway through the line. This is insane. I've never seen anything like this, but this line is probably well over a mile long.
According to the Knoxville Fire Department, 23 people were treated for various heat emergencies. 3 had to be taken to the hospital.
The Knoxville Fire Department declared it a mass casualty incident.
Not because there were a lot of people dying, but it was because it was resource intensive. We brought out our cooling bus so that we could treat people.
This has been the most insane adventure I've ever been on for a GameCube game. No joke. It has been absolutely insane. We get to the McKays parking lot, and as you saw in the footage, there's like a line of people that is meandering and zigzagging and looping from the McKays parking lot all the way to some parking lot next door to McKays. And this line, probably 1,000 people, probably over a mile long. It got so bad that people were passing out from the heat, and there were cops, there was like 2 or 3 fire trucks, like 2 ambulances, an EMS vehicle, because people were passing out, and they were handing out waters. We were in line for about 2 hours. Eventually, the fire department brought in a freaking bus for people to sit in and cool down. And then finally, the fire marshal shut it down. He's like, this event, we were about 3/4 of the way through the line after 2 hours in 100-degree heat with pretty much no shade. We had sunscreen on and we had a little bit of water, thankfully. Even though they shut it down, they said the next McKays will honor your stamp for Knoxville. So we're now on our way to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, to that McKays. And also they extended the hours, because initially the ending was going to be 10 p.m. They extended the ending hours at all the McKays to 12 a.m., which is good because as it stands right now with no stops, we're not getting to Winston-Salem until 9:37 p.m.
Chris, you gonna put your little new shell on that little Game Boy, Chris? You gonna make your little bit money, make your little money, maybe buy your little McDonald's, little bit of McDonald's, Chris.
I'm getting me a Sonic burger.
You can get your little quarter pounder with cheese, Chris.
Wait, were you? What is up, everybody? I hope you are enjoying this epic journey I'm going on to get one of the rarest GameCube games. I want to take a super quick moment to tell you a very easy way that you can support the RetroWolf 88 channel. All you got to do is click the link in the description down below to download the Goodiez app and then create an account. It's free to download, free to create an account. Once you do all that, do a user search for RetroWolf 88 and follow my profile on Goodiez. You've heard me talk about it before. Awesome app for buying and selling games and more. And if you want to support the channel, just download that app, and that is a great way to do it. Back to the video. Holy crap. All right, we're here at the final McKays that we're gonna be stopping at in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And there is a freaking line of people. I don't know if you can see it because it's dark, but look at that. There is a long line of people. Now, it's nothing like the line in Knoxville. We're about to find out, but it looks like it goes all the way up the road there. This is crazy. Okay, well, we're done. We did it. $250 in credit, $500 in credit, $50 in credit, for a total of $800. And what time is it? It is 10:36, and we started at 6:30 in the morning. That's 15 hours, I think. And we got another hour and 10-minute drive to our Airbnb. So we're gonna go to the Airbnb and go to sleep. And then tomorrow, we're gonna hit up 3 of these McKays on the way back to see if maybe they have one of the GameCube games I need. All right, folks, day 2 of this little adventure has begun. Let's head to Mayhem, McKays, see what we can find. All right, so we are here at the McKays in Mayhem, and I'm gonna see if they have any of those GameCube games. Now, the interesting thing about this McKays is it is brand new. All right, well, let's see if we can find the GameCube games. Okay, so they do have one game that I don't have. They have Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, no manual, and you guys know I'm going for CIB. Also, $300 for a no manual copy of Path of Radiance is kind of ridiculous. That's well over eBay. So I don't see any of the expensive games that I'm looking for. All right, so we are here at the McKays in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Let's go in here and see if they have one of those GameCube games I'm looking for. Okay, so they've got some of the higher price games, GameCube games here in the case. They've got like a Batten Kaitos. They've got Harvest Moon, some Mario games, Star Fox games, Tales of Symphonia. Up here they've got a custom Robo, but they don't have a Go-Go Hypergun, a Gotcha Force, or a Cube of War, unfortunately. All right, we're at the final McKays we're gonna stop at today, and that is the McKays in Knoxville, Tennessee, the one where all the chaos happened. They got shut down with thousands of people and people having heat exhaustion and stuff. So let's go see if they have one of the games I'm looking for.
Mic test. Mic.
Okay, so the Knoxville McKays was a complete and total bust. They barely had any GameCube games. It's looking more and more likely that Plan A is not going to work. Plan A is a failure. None of the McKays have any of the games that I'm looking for in those 3 games, and I was expecting that. I called the Nashville McKays to save me a trip. They don't have them. I know this McKays doesn't have them because Chris checked for me. So it's time to initiate Plan B, and I'm going to go in here and see if I can buy some banger games with this $800 credit that I can use to trade. All right, phase 2 of the plan is now complete. I've got an amazing stack of trade bait games that I'm going to go over with you guys in detail when I get back to the house. All of these games are in fantastic condition. They are all 100% complete in box, and I got a pretty good deal for these games with my trade credit. So a 100% complete copy of Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls on the Game Boy Advance, and I would like to point out that this box is in phenomenal condition. Dragon Quest VII Fragments of the Forgotten Past on the Nintendo 3DS. Children of Mana on the Nintendo DS, which I might actually keep this one because this one's only worth around $30-35 bucks. Orcs and Elves on the Nintendo DS. Etrian Odyssey on the Nintendo DS. Infinite Space on the Nintendo DS, which is like a $130 to $135 game complete. Final Fantasy The Four Heroes of Light on the Nintendo DS. A factory sealed copy of Final Fantasy XII Revenant Wings. Another factory sealed game, Final Fantasy IV on the Nintendo DS. Lastly, we have some GameCube games. We have Freedom Fighters, cheapest game in the bunch. A 100% complete mint copy of Beautiful Joe Red Hot Rumble on the GameCube. Mint complete in box copy of Resident Evil 2 on the GameCube. And the most expensive game in the stack is a mint, fully complete, beautiful disc copy of Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Now, rough price starting value of this entire stack of games is around $770, but the rough eBay/market retail value for this stack of games, given the condition and the level of completeness, is around $900.
All right, so we're here at Southern Fried Gaming Expo. Me, Chris, and Devin, we're gonna head in here and check out the vendors and see if they have one of those 3 GameCube games.
Bing bang! So unfortunately at Southern Fried Gaming Expo, we were not able to find one of the 3 GameCube games I'm looking for this McKays trade. But today we're here at Game Central Station in Athens, Georgia. And I'm gonna walk around here and see if there's any vendors that has a Go-Go Hypergun, a Gotcha Force, or a Cube of War. I've got my trade games behind the booth, so if we can find a vendor that has one of those games, see if we can make it happen and end this challenge once and for all. Okay folks, so I actually found one of the 3 games. So over here in Aleem's booth, we have Cube of War, Survival of the Fittest on the GameCube, which is one of the 3 games that I was looking for this challenge. So Aleem, I am going to grab the games that I'm hoping to trade for Cube of War and see if we can work out a deal. So I'm gonna go grab that stack and I'll be back. Yes, sir. All right. All right, here's the trade bait. Let's take it to Aleem, see what we can do. All right, good sir. So here's what I got. If you want to take a look at that, see if we can work out a deal. All right. It's about price charting probably around $750, somewhere around there. eBay probably around $900. Folks, we did it. We worked out a deal. I'm trading the entire stack of games for Cube of War complete in box on the GameCube. Aleem, you have made a GameCube collector very happy today.
Happy to help. Yes.
Dude, you wouldn't believe what I went through to get this game, the journey that I went through to get this one single game. Well, folks, the McKays challenge is complete. I got Cube of War complete in box on the GameCube with my $800 McKays store credit through trades. All of the pain, all of the suffering, all of the sweating, all of the just pure exhaustion paid off, and we did it. Cube of War, no money out of pocket going into the GameCube collection.
Let's go shopping at McKays. We're gonna shop there all day. We're gonna go in there and spend our credits.